Hello, friends. Handshake sparkles. A very warm welcome to all of you on our channel, Australia. Today, we are going to explore some interesting and historical Australian 5-cent coins from the years 1994, 2003, 2008, and 2014. These coins may be small, but their history, design, and importance are truly fascinating. Each of these coins features different portraits of Queen Elizabeth II, representing various periods of her reign. Crown. On the reverse side of every coin, you'll see Australia's unique animal, the echidna, which represents the country's wildlife and national identity hedgehog. In this video, we will discuss the full details, design, history, and collector value of these coins in a simple and interesting way. So make sure to watch the video till the end. And if you enjoy coin collecting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bell sparkles. The 1994 Australian 5-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a fascinating piece of modern numismatic history that reflects both Australia's cultural identity and its connection to the British monarchy. This coin belongs to the decimal currency system that Australia officially adopted on February 14, 1966, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system with dollars and cents. The 5-cent denomination has remained one of the smallest circulating coins in Australia, both in value and size, and has retained its original design since its introduction, making the 1994 issue part of a long and consistent design tradition that spans decades. Despite its low face value, the coin carries historical, artistic, and collectible importance, especially for those interested in Commonwealth coinage and the evolution of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait across different countries. On the obverse front of the 1994 Australian 5-cent coin, you will find the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II. By 1994, Australia was using the third portrait of the Queen, designed by Raphael David Macklouf. This portrait was introduced in 1985 and continued until 1998, replacing the earlier Arnold Mackin design. The Macklouf effigy presents a more mature and regal depiction of Queen Elizabeth II, wearing the George IV state diadem, a crown commonly used in official coinage portraits. Surrounding the Queen's portrait is the inscription Elizabeth II, Australia 1994, which clearly identifies a monarch, the issuing country, and the year of minting. This side of the coin emphasizes Australia's constitutional monarchy and its historical ties to the British Crown, while also highlighting the artistic evolution of royal portraiture over time. The detailing on the Queen's hair, crown, and facial features is finely engraved, even on such a small coin, demonstrating the skill of the Royal Australian Mint. The reverse back of the coin features one of Australia's most iconic native animals, the echidna, also known as the spiny anteater. This design was created by Stuart Devlin, a renowned Australian silversmith and designer who was responsible for the reverse designs of all original decimal coins introduced in 1966. The echidna is depicted in a naturalistic style, with its body covered in sharp spines and its long snout pointing downward, as if searching for ants or termites. The animal is surrounded by the inscription 5 cents, indicating the denomination. The choice of the echidna is significant, as it represents Australia's unique wildlife and biodiversity. As one of the few egg-laying mammals in the world, a monotreme, the echidna symbolizes the distinctiveness of Australia's natural heritage. The reverse design has remained unchanged since its introduction, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in Australian currency history. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1994 Australian 5-cent coin is composed of copper-nickel, an alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition gives the coin a silvery appearance and ensures durability, making it suitable for long-term circulation. The coin has a diameter of approximately 19.41 millimeters and a weight of 2.83 grams, making it one of the smallest coins in Australia's decimal system. It has a plain, smooth edge, which differentiates it from some other denominations that feature reeded or milled edges. The relatively small size and low value of the 5-cent coin have led to discussions over the years about whether it should be withdrawn from circulation, especially due to inflation reducing its purchasing power. However, it continues to remain legal tender and is still widely used in everyday transactions, although often rounded in cash payments. The 1994 issue was minted by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, which is responsible for producing Australia's circulating coinage. While exact mintage figures can vary depending on the source, millions of 5-cent coins were typically produced each year during the 1990s to meet the needs of circulation. Because of this high mintage, the 1994 5-cent coin is generally considered common and does not carry significant monetary value beyond its face value when found in circulated condition. However, coins in uncirculated or mint condition, especially those preserved in coin sets or rolls, may hold a slightly higher value for collectors. The value can increase further if the coin has unique characteristics such as minting errors, unusual die varieties, or exceptional preservation quality. From a collector's perspective, the 1994 Australian 5-cent coin is often included as part of a complete date run collection of Australian decimal coins. Many collectors aim to gather coins from each year of issue, and the 5-cent series provides accessible and affordable way to build such a collection. Additionally, the coin is sometimes collected as part of a broader theme, such as coins featuring animals, coins of Queen Elizabeth II, or a Commonwealth currency. The consistency of the design across decades allows collectors to focus on subtle differences in condition, luster, and strike quality, which can significantly affect a coin's desirability and value. Historically, coins like the 1994 5-cent piece also serve as a reflection of Australia's economic and cultural landscape during the late 20th century. The 1990s were a period of economic growth and modernization in Australia, and the continued use of traditional coin designs alongside evolving banking technologies highlights the balance between heritage and progress. While digital payments and electronic banking were beginning to rise during this time, coins remained an essential part of daily life, and denominations like the 5-cent coin played a role in maintaining precise pricing and transactions. The 1994 Australian 5-cent coin also holds significance when examined through the lens of global coinage trends and Commonwealth connections. During Queen Elizabeth II's reign, many countries issued coins bearing her portrait, but each nation maintained its own unique reverse designs to reflect local culture and identity. Australia's decision to retain native wildlife, such as Echidna on the 5-cent coin, demonstrates a conscious effort to balance allegiance to the crown with a strong sense of national individuality. This combination of British monarch imagery on the obverse and distinctly Australian fauna on the reverse creates a dual narrative, making the coin not just a monetary instrument, but also a symbol of Australia's political structure and cultural pride. Another aspect worth exploring is the technological process behind the minting of coins like the 1994 5-cent piece. The Royal Australian Mint uses high-precision machinery and advanced engraving techniques to ensure consistency and quality across millions of coins. Each coin begins as a blank metal disc, known as a planchet, which is then struck with immense pressure between two dies, one for the obverse and one for the reverse. This process imprints the detailed designs onto the coin surface. Even though the 5-cent coin is relatively small, the level of craftsmanship involved in capturing fine details, such as the texture of the echidna's spines or the intricate features of the Queen's crown, is remarkable. Over time, as coins circulate, these details gradually wear down, which is why well-preserved specimens are more desirable among collectors. The 1994 5-cent coin can also be appreciated from an economic perspective, particularly in terms of production costs versus face value. As inflation rises, the cost of producing low-denomination coins can sometimes approach or even exceed their face value. This has been a topic of debate in Australia, as it has in many other countries. Despite these concerns, the 5-cent coin continues to be produced and circulated, partly because it plays a role in maintaining precise pricing and reducing the need for rounding in electronic transactions. However, in cash transactions, Australia has implemented rounding to the nearest 5 cents since the withdrawal of 1 and 2 cent coins, which further highlights the practical importance of the 5-cent denomination. From a historical timeline perspective, the 1994 issue falls within a stable period of Australian coin design, where no major changes were made to the 5-cent coin's appearance. This consistency allows collectors and historians to focus on variations in minting quality, die states, and condition rather than design changes. For example, slight differences in strike sharpness or luster can indicate different production batches or levels of wear. Additionally, error coins, such as those with off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet defects, can occasionally be found within this year's mintage, adding an element of rarity and excitement for dedicated numismatists. Culturally, the echidna depicted on the reverse has deeper symbolic meaning beyond its representation as wildlife. In indigenous Australian culture, animals often hold spiritual and storytelling significance, and while the coin's design is not directly tied to a specific indigenous narrative, it still reflects the broader importance of native fauna in Australia's identity. The echidna, being a resilient and unique creature, can be seen as a metaphor for adaptability and survival, qualities that resonate with Australia's environmental and historical journey. In the realm of coin collecting, the 1994 Australian 5-cent coin is frequently used as an entry point for beginners. Its affordability and availability make it easy for new collectors to obtain, while its connection to a larger historical and cultural framework provides depth for further exploration. Many collectors start by gathering coins from their own country and then expand international issues, often discovering parallels and differences in design, composition, and historical context. The 1994 5-cent coin fits well into such collections as part of a date set, a type set, or a thematic collection focused on animals or monarchs. Another interesting dimension is the comparison of the 1994 coin with earlier and later issues in the same series. While the reverse design has remained unchanged, the obverse portraits of Queen Elizabeth II have evolved over time, reflecting different stages of her life and reign. By comparing coins from different years, collectors can trace these changes and gain insight into how royal imagery is updated to remain relevant while preserving tradition. The Maklauf portrait used in 1994 is particularly notable for its formal and somewhat stylized appearance, which contrasts with the more realistic and modern portraits that followed in later years. The longevity of the 5-cent coin's design also speaks to its success and public acceptance. In an era where many countries frequently update their coinage to reflect changing themes or commemorate events, Australia's decision to maintain a consistent design for decades suggests a strong attachment to these original motifs. This stability can be reassuring for the public and beneficial for businesses, as it reduces confusion and ensures easy recognition. At the same time, it provides a sense of continuity, linking different generations through a shared everyday object. Finally, the 1994 Australian 5-cent coin can be viewed as a small but meaningful artifact of its time. While it may not command high prices in the collector's market, its true value lies in the stories it carries. Stories of design, production, circulation, and cultural identity. Coins like this often pass through countless hands, witnessing everyday transactions and becoming part of people's daily lives. Over decades, they transform from ordinary currency into historical objects, offering insights into the economic conditions, artistic choices, and societal values of the period in which they were produced. In this way, the 1994 5-cent coin is more than just a piece of metal. It is a tangible link to Australia's past and an enduring symbol of its heritage. The Elizabeth II Australia 2003 5-cent coin is a notable example of modern Australian decimal currency, representing both continuity in design and the enduring legacy of Queen Elizabeth II on Commonwealth coinage. Introduced originally in 1966, when Australia transitioned from the pre-decimal system of pounds, shillings, and pence to dollars and cents, the 5-cent denomination has remained one of the smallest yet most recognizable coins in the country. By 2003, this coin had already been in circulation for nearly 4 decades, and its design had become deeply familiar to the Australian public. Despite its low face value, the coin carries significant historical, cultural, and numismatic importance, particularly for collectors interested in Australian currency and the evolution of royal portraits over time. On the obverse side of the 2003 Australian 5-cent coin appears the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, reflecting Australia's status as a constitutional monarchy. By this year, the coin featured the 4th portrait of the Queen, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This effigy was introduced in 1999 and marked a shift toward a more realistic and less stylized depiction of the monarch compared to earlier portraits. The Rank Broadley design shows Queen Elizabeth II with a mature appearance, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The inscription surrounding the portrait reads, Elizabeth II Australia 2003, clearly indicating the monarch's name, the issuing country, and the year of issue. This side of the coin not only serves as a marker of authority, but also documents a specific phase in the Queen's long reign, making it an important reference point for collectors studying progression of her image on coinage. The reverse side of the coin continues a long-standing design created by Stuart Devlin, featuring the echidna, one of Australia's most distinctive native animals. The echidna, also known as a spiny anteater, is depicted in a detailed and naturalistic style, with its body covered in sharp spines and its elongated snout pointing downward as if searching for food. Above or around the image is the inscription 5 cents, indicating the denomination. This design has remained unchanged since the introduction of decimal currency in 1966, making it one of the most enduring coin designs in Australia's history. The echidna symbolizes the uniqueness of Australia's wildlife, as it is one of only a few monotremes, egg-laying mammals, found in the world. Its inclusion on the coin highlights the nation's pride in its natural heritage and biodiversity. In terms of composition and physical characteristics, the 2003 Australian 5-cent coin is made of copper nickel, an alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition provides a coin with a silver-like appearance and ensures durability for long-term circulation. The coin has a diameter of approximately 19.41 millimeters and weighs about 2.83 grams, maintaining the same specifications as earlier issues in the series. It features a plain edge, which distinguishes it from other denominations that may have reeded edges. The small size and relatively light weight of the coin make it practical for everyday use, although its low value has led to debates about its continued relevance in modern transactions. The Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra, was responsible for producing the 2003 5-cent coin. As with most circulating coins, the mintage for this year was quite high, typically reaching into the tens of millions to meet the demands of the economy. Because of this large production volume, the 2003 5-cent coin is generally considered common and is readily available in circulated condition. Its market value usually remains close to its face value unless the coin is in uncirculated or mint condition, in which case it may command a small premium among collectors. Coins preserved in official mint sets or rolls are particularly sought after for their superior quality and lack of wear. From a numismatic perspective, the 2003 issue is part of a broader effort by collectors to assemble complete date runs of Australian decimal coins. The consistency of the 5-cent coin's reverse design makes it an accessible series for beginners, while the changes in the obverse portrait of Queen Elizabeth II provide an added layer of interest for more advanced collectors. The rank broadly portrait used in 2003 is especially significant because it represents a modern and realistic interpretation of the Queen, differing from the more stylized portraits of earlier decades. Collectors often compare coins from different years to observe these subtle yet meaningful changes in design and engraving style. Economically, the 5-cent coin in 2003 existed in a context where inflation had already reduced its purchasing power compared to earlier decades. While it remained an essential part of the currency system, its role in everyday transactions was gradually diminishing. Australia had already eliminated the 1-cent and 2-cent coins in 1992, and cash transactions began to be rounded to the nearest 5 cents. This made the 5-cent coin the lowest denomination in circulation, giving a unique role in the pricing and rounding system. Despite discussions about potentially phasing it out, the coin continued to be produced and used, reflecting a balance between practicality and tradition. The 2003 5-cent coin also reflects broader cultural and technological trends of the early 21st century. This was a period marked by increasing adoption of digital payment methods, yet physical currency remained an integral part of daily life. Coins like the 5-cent piece served as a tangible link between traditional forms of exchange and the rapidly evolving financial landscape. The durability of the coin ensured that it could remain in circulation for many years, passing through countless hands and becoming part of everyday transactions across the country. In addition to its practical use, the coin holds educational value, particularly for those interested in learning about currency systems, minting processes, and national symbolism. The detailed depiction of the echidna can inspire interest in Australia's wildlife, while the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II provides insight into the country's constitutional framework. For students and collectors alike, the coin serves as a compact yet informative artifact that encapsulates multiple aspects of Australian identity. Another point of interest is the potential for minting errors or variations within the 2003 issue. The 2003 Australian 5-cent coin is its place within the broader timeline of Queen Elizabeth II's coinage across the Commonwealth. By 2003, the Queen had been on the throne for over 50 years, and her image had appeared on coins in dozens of countries. Each new portrait introduced over the decades reflects not only her aging, but also shifts in artistic style and minting technology. The Ian-Rank Broadley portrait used on the 2003 coin is often regarded as one of the most lifelike depictions, intentionally showing realistic features rather than an idealized version of the monarch. This approach marked a subtle but meaningful change in how royalty was represented on currency, aligning more closely with modern expectations of authenticity and transparency. In addition, the 2003 5-cent coin can be appreciated for its role in everyday Australian life at the time. Despite its small value, it played a part in millions of daily transactions, from retail purchases to public transport payments. Coins like this often go unnoticed, yet they are essential for maintaining the functionality of a cash-based economy. They also serve as a tool for financial education, helping children and young adults learn about money, counting, and value. In this sense, the coin is not just a piece of metal, but a practical instrument that supports economic interaction at the most basic level. The durability of the copper-nickel alloy used in the coin is another noteworthy feature. This material resists corrosion and wear, allowing coins to remain in circulation for decades without losing their structural integrity. As a result, it is not uncommon to find 5-cent coins from earlier decades still in use alongside newer ones like the 2003 issue. Over time, however, the surface of the coin can become worn, with finer details gradually fading due to constant handling. This natural wear creates a spectrum of conditions, from heavily circulated coins with smooth surfaces to uncirculated examples that retain their original and sharpness. From a design perspective, the continued use of Stuart Devlin's Echidna highlights the success of Australia's original decimal coin designs. While many countries frequently redesign their coins to commemorate events or introduce new themes, Australia has largely maintained its classic design for lower denominations. This consistency not only reinforces national identity, but also simplifies recognition and usability for the public. The Echidna, in particular, has become an enduring symbol, instantly associated with the 5-cent coin and widely recognized both within Australia and internationally. The 2003 coin also fits into a period when collectors increasingly turn their attention to modern coins rather than focusing solely on older or rare pieces. Advances in coin grading and the availability of protective storage solutions have made it easier to preserve coins in high-quality condition. As a result, even relatively recent coins like the 2003 5-cent piece can be collected in pristine states, sometimes graded by professional services. These high-grade examples, especially those with strong luster and no visible marks, can carry premiums in collector market, demonstrating that value is not always tied to age alone. Another angle to consider is the environmental and economic impact of coin production. Producing millions of coins each year requires significant resources, including metals, energy, and labor. In the early 2000s, as sustainability became a growing global concern, discussions began to emerge about the efficiency of maintaining low-denomination coins. While the 5-cent coin remained in circulation, these conversations highlighted the need to balance tradition with practicality. The 2003 issue, therefore, exists within a transitional era where physical currency was still dominant, but questions about its future were already being raised. The coin also serves as a point of comparison with other denominations in Australia's currency system. While higher value coins, such as the $1 and $2 coins, feature different designs and shapes, the 5-cent coin stands out for its simplicity and continuity. Its small size and straightforward design make it one of the most accessible coins for collectors and the general public alike. At the same time, its relatively low value means it is often overlooked, which can make finding well-preserved examples slightly more challenging than expected. Finally, the 2003 Australian 5-cent coin can be seen as part of a larger narrative about how everyday objects gain historical significance over time. What was once a common and ordinary coin may, in the future, be viewed as a representation of a specific era in Australia's economic and cultural development. As cash usage declines and digital payments become more widespread, coins like the 2003 5-cent piece may gradually transition from everyday currency to collectible artifacts. This transformation underscores the importance of preserving such items, not only for their monetary value, but also for the stories they tell about the society in which they circulated. In essence, the Elizabeth II Australia 2003 5-cent coin is more than just a low-denomination piece of currency. It embodies decades of design tradition, reflects the evolution of royal portraiture, and plays a subtle yet meaningful role in the daily lives of Australians. Its continued relevance, even in the face of technological and economic change, highlights the enduring importance of physical currency as both a practical tool and a cultural symbol. The Elizabeth II Australia 2008 5-cent coin is a significant piece of modern Australian currency that reflects both continuity in design and the enduring legacy of Queen Elizabeth II on Commonwealth coinage. As part of Australia's decimal currency system introduced in 1966, the 5-cent denomination has remained one of the smallest and most consistent coins in circulation. By 2008, this coin had already been in use for over 4 decades, maintaining its original reverse design and standard specifications. Despite its low face value, the coin carries historical, cultural, and numismatic importance, making it an interesting subject for collectors and enthusiasts alike. On the obverse of the 2008 Australian 5-cent coin appears the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, symbolizing Australia's status as a constitutional monarchy within the Commonwealth. The portrait used on this coin is the 4th effigy of the Queen, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, which was introduced in 1999 and continued until 2019. This depiction is known for its realistic and unidealized portrayal of the monarch, showing her with mature features and wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The inscription surrounding the portrait reads, Elizabeth II Australia 2008, clearly indicating the monarch's name, the issuing country, and the year of minting. This side of the coin serves not only as a mark of authority, but also as a record of a specific period in the Queen's long and historically significant reign. The reverse of the coin features the iconic design of an echidna, created by Stuart Devlin, who designed all the original reverse sides of Australia's decimal coins. The echidna, also known as a spiny anteater, is depicted in a naturalistic style, with its body covered in sharp spines and an elongated snout pointing downward as if searching for food. The inscription 5 cents accompanies the design, indicating the coin's denomination. This reverse design has remained unchanged since 1966, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in Australian history. The choice of the echidna highlights Australia's unique wildlife, as it is one of the few egg-laying mammals in the world, symbolizing the distinctiveness of the continent's fauna and natural heritage. In terms of composition, the 2008 Australian 5-cent coin is made of copper nickel, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This alloy gives the coin its silvery appearance and provides durability, allowing it to withstand years of circulation. The coin has a diameter of approximately 19.41 millimeters and weighs about 2.83 grams, maintaining the same physical specifications as earlier issues. It features a plain edge, which differentiates it from other denominations that may have reeded edges. These consistent characteristics ensure that the coin remains easily recognizable and practical for everyday use. The coin was minted by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, the official producer of Australia's circulating coinage. Like most 5-cent coins, the 2008 issue was produced in large quantities to meet the needs of the economy, resulting in a high mintage. Because of this, the coin is generally considered common and is widely available in circulated condition. Its value typically remains close to its face value, unless it's found in uncirculated or mint condition, in which case it may attract a modest premium among collectors. Coins preserved in official mint sets or rolls are especially valued for their superior quality and lack of wear. From a numismatic perspective, the 2008 5-cent coin is part of a long-running series that appeals to collectors due to its consistency and accessibility. Many collectors aim to assemble complete sets of Australian decimal coins by year, and the 5-cent series provides an affordable way to achieve this goal. The unchanged reverse design allows collectors to focus on differences in condition, luster, and strike quality, while the obverse portrait connects the coin to a specific era of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. The rank broadly portrait used in 2008 is particularly notable for its modern and realistic style, which contrasts with earlier, more stylized depictions. Economically, the 5-cent coin in 2008 existed in a context where inflation had significantly reduced its purchasing power. While it remained an essential part of the currency system, its role in everyday transactions was becoming less prominent. Australia had already eliminated the 1-cent and 2-cent coins in 1992, and cash transactions were rounded to the nearest 5 cents. This made the 5-cent coin the lowest denomination in circulation, giving a unique role in the pricing and rounding system. Despite ongoing discussions about the potential removal of low-value coins, the 5-cent piece continued to be produced and used, reflecting a balance between tradition and practicality. The 2008 coin also reflects the broader shift toward digital payments that was gaining momentum during the early 21st century. While electronic transactions were becoming more common, physical currency remained an important part of daily life, especially for small purchases. Coins like the 5-cent piece served as a tangible link between traditional and modern forms of exchange. Their continued use demonstrated the resilience of physical currency even as new technologies emerged. Another interesting aspect of the 2008 Australian 5-cent coin is the potential for minting errors or variations. Although rare, such errors can include off-center strikes, double impressions, or planchet defects, and they can significantly increase the coin's value among collectors. This adds an element of excitement to coin collecting, as even a common coin can become valuable if it possesses unique characteristics. Collectors often examine coins closely to identify such features, making the hobby both educational and rewarding. Culturally, the Echidna design on the reverse continues to represent Australia's unique biodiversity and connection to its natural environment. As a native animal that is instantly recognizable, the Echidna serves as a symbol of national identity and pride. Its presence on the coin reinforces the importance of wildlife in Australia's cultural and ecological narrative. At the same time, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse reflects the country's historical ties to the British monarchy, creating a coin that embodies both local and international influences. In addition, the 2008 5-cent coin can be viewed as part of a broader historical record. The 2008 Australian 5-cent coin is its place within the evolving landscape of global coin collecting in the 21st century. By this time, the hobby of numismatics had expanded significantly due to the internet, online marketplaces, and collector communities. Coins like the 2008 5-cent piece, which might once have been overlooked due to their common nature, began to gain more attention as collectors sought to complete modern date sets or explore coins from different countries. The accessibility of information also meant that even beginner collectors could learn about details such as minting techniques, design history, and condition grading, making coins like this more appreciated than ever before. The 2008 coin can also be examined in terms of circulation patterns and wear. Because 5-cent coins are frequently used in everyday transactions, they tend to show signs of wear more quickly than higher denominations that are handled less often. Over time, the raised features of the design, such as Echidna's spines or the finer details of the Queen's portrait, gradually become smoother. This natural wear creates a wide range of conditions, from heavily circulated coins with minimal detail to uncirculated examples that retain their original mint luster. For collectors, this variation adds an additional layer of interest, as the condition of a coin plays a crucial role in determining its desirability and value. In addition, the 2008 5-cent coin reflects the efficiency and precision of modern minting standards. Advances in technology have allowed mints like the Royal Australian Mint to produce coins with consistent quality and sharp detail, even in high volumes. This level of precision ensures that each coin meets strict standards for weight, size, and design accuracy. At the same time, it reduces the likelihood of major errors, making any existing error coins from this year particularly intriguing and valuable to collectors. The coin also holds relevance when considering Australia's broader monetary policy and approach to currency management. Maintaining low-denomination coins like the 5-cent piece involves balancing production costs with practical utility. By 2008, Discussions about the future of such coins were ongoing as inflation continued to reduce their purchasing power. However, the 5-cent coin remained important for pricing structures, especially in retail environments where prices often ended in amounts requiring rounding. Its continued presence in circulation demonstrated commitment to maintaining a functional and flexible currency system. From a cultural and symbolic perspective, the Echidna design continues to resonate as a representation of Australia's unique environment. The animal's distinctive appearance and behavior make it an ideal emblem for the country's biodiversity. Over the years, this design has become deeply ingrained in the public consciousness, making a 5-cent coin instantly recognizable. This familiarity contributes to a sense of continuity and national identity, as generations of Australians have used coins featuring the same iconic imagery. The 2008 coin also provides an opportunity to reflect on the role of physical currency in an increasingly digital world. While electronic payments were already becoming more common by this time, coins remain an essential part of everyday transactions, particularly for small purchases. The tactile nature of coins, their weight, texture, and sound, offers a sensory experience that digital payments cannot replicate. This physical presence helps reinforce the concept of money as something tangible, which can be especially important for financial learning and awareness. Another interesting dimension is a comparison of the 2008 5-cent coin with similar denominations in other countries. Many nations issue low-value coins featuring national symbols or wildlife, but Australia's consistent use of the echidna sets it apart. This uniqueness enhances the coin's appeal to international collectors, who often seek coins that reflect the distinct identity of their issuing country. In this way, the 2008 5-cent coin serves not only as domestic currency, but also as a small ambassador of Australian culture on the global stage. Furthermore, the coin's long-term significance may increase as time passes and circulation patterns change. As older coins are gradually removed from circulation due to wear or loss, specific years like 2008 may become less common in everyday use. This gradual reduction can enhance their appeal to collectors, particularly those interested in assembling complete sets or studying the evolution of modern coinage. Even though the coin is currently common, its future scarcity in circulation could make it more desirable over time. In essence, the Elizabeth II Australia 2008 5-cent coin is more than just a low-value denomination. It is a reflection of technological progress, cultural identity, and economic adaptation. Its enduring design, widespread use, and connection to a significant historical figure ensure that it remains an important part of Australia's numismatic heritage. Whether viewed as a collectible item, a functional piece of currency, or a cultural symbol, the 2008 5-cent coin continues to hold value far beyond its face denomination. The Elizabeth II Australia 2014 5-cent coin is a modern yet historically grounded piece of Australian currency that reflects the country's long-standing decimal system, its cultural identity, and its connection to the British monarchy. Introduced as part of the decimal currency system in 1966, the 5-cent coin has remained one of the smallest and most consistent denominations in Australia's monetary structure. By 2014, this coin had been in continuous use for nearly half a century, maintaining its original reverse design and physical specifications. Despite its low face value, the coin carries significant importance in terms of design continuity, national symbolism, and its role in everyday transactions, making it a valuable subject for collectors and numismatists. On the obverse side of the 2014 Australian 5-cent coin appears the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, symbolizing Australia's status as a constitutional monarchy within the Commonwealth. The portrait used on this coin is the fourth effigy of the Queen, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, which was introduced in 1999 and remained in use until 2019. This depiction is known for its realistic and unembellished style, presenting the Queen with natural features and wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The surrounding inscription reads Elizabeth II Australia 2014, clearly indicating the monarch's name, the issuing country, and the year of issue. This side of the coin not only serves as a mark of authority, but also documents a specific period in the Queen's reign, which is one of the longest in modern history. The reverse side of the coin features the iconic echidna design created by Stuart Devlin, one of Australia's most renowned designers. The Echidna, also known as the spiny anteater, is depicted in a detailed and naturalistic style, with his body covered in sharp spines and his elongated snout pointing downward. The inscription 5 cents accompanies the design, clearly indicating the coin's denomination. This reverse design has remained unchanged since the introduction of decimal currency in 1966, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in the world. The echidna is a uniquely Australian animal and one of the few monotremes, egg-laying mammals, found globally, symbolizing the country's distinctive wildlife and natural heritage. In terms of composition and physical characteristics, the 2014 Australian 5-cent coin is made from copper-nickel, an alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition provides a durable and corrosion-resistant coin with silvery appearance. The coin has a diameter of approximately 19.41 millimeters and a weight of about 2.83 grams, maintaining the same specifications as earlier issues in the series. It features a plain edge, which differentiates it from other denominations that may have reeded edges. These consistent physical attributes ensure that the coin remains easily recognizable and functional in everyday use. The Royal Australian Mint in Canberra produced a 2014 5-cent coin, continuing its role as the official manufacturer of Australia's circulating currency. Like other 5-cent coins, the 2014 issue was minted in large quantities to meet the needs of the economy, resulting in a high mintage. Because of this, the coin is generally considered common and widely available in circulated condition. Its market value typically remains close to its face value, unless it is found in uncirculated or mint condition, where it may attract a small premium among collectors. Coins preserved in mint sets or rolls are especially desirable for their pristine condition and sharp detail. From a numismatic perspective, the 2014 5-cent coin is part of a long-running and accessible series that appeals to collectors of all levels. Many collectors aim to assemble complete date sets of Australian decimal coins, and the 5-cent series provides an affordable and straightforward way to achieve this goal. The unchanged reverse design allows collectors to focus on differences in condition, luster, and strike quality, while the obverse portrait connects the coin to a specific era of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. The rank broadly portrait used in 2014 is particularly valued for its realistic representation, marking a modern approach to royal imagery on coinage. Economically, the 5-cent coin in 2014 existed in a context where its purchasing power had significantly diminished due to inflation. While it remained an essential part of the currency system, its role in everyday transactions was becoming less prominent. Australia had already eliminated the 1-cent and 2-cent coins in 1992, and cash transactions were rounded to the nearest 5 cents. This made the 5-cent coin the lowest denomination in circulation, giving a unique role in pricing and rounding systems. Despite ongoing discussions about the potential removal of low-value coins, the 5-cent piece continued to be produced and used, reflecting a balance between practicality and tradition. The 2014 coin also reflects the increasing shift toward digital payments during the early 21st century. By this time, electronic transactions, mobile banking, and contactless payments were becoming more widespread, reducing reliance on physical currency for small purchases. However, coins like the 5-cent piece remain important, particularly in cash transactions and for maintaining precise pricing structures. The continued circulation of such coins demonstrates their resilience and adaptability in a changing financial landscape. Another interesting aspect of the 2014 Australian 5-cent coin is the potential for minting errors or variations. Although rare, such errors can include off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet defects, which can significantly increase a coin's value among collectors. This adds an element of excitement to coin collecting, as even a common coin can become highly valuable if it possesses unique characteristics. Collectors often examine coins carefully to identify such features, making the hobby both engaging and educational. Culturally, the echidna design continues to serve as a strong symbol of Australia's unique biodiversity and environmental identity. As a native animal that is instantly recognizable, the echidna represents the country's rich natural heritage. Its presence on the coin reinforces the importance of wildlife in Australia's national identity. The 2014 Australian 5-cent coin lies in how it fits within the broader life cycle of circulating coinage. Coins are designed not only for immediate use but for longevity, and denominations like the 5-cent piece are expected to remain in circulation for many years, often decades. This means that a coin minted in 2014 may still be actively used alongside coins from the 1980s or even earlier, creating a unique blend of different production years in everyday transactions. This long circulation life adds to the historical depth of even modern coins, as they gradually accumulate wear, marks, and character from constant handling. The 2014 issue also reflects the efficiency of modern minting practices, where large quantities of coins are produced with remarkable consistency. The Royal Australian Mint uses advanced quality control systems to ensure that each coin meets precise standards. However, despite these controls, small variations can still occur, such as slight differences in strike pressure or die wear. These subtle variations are often studied by dedicated collectors who look for minor distinctions that set certain coins apart from others of the same year. While these differences may not significantly affect value in most cases, they contribute to the depth and complexity of numismatic study. In terms of public perception, the 5-cent coin in 2014 was sometimes viewed as a denomination of limited practical use due to its low purchasing power. Many people would accumulate these coins in jars or containers rather than spend them regularly, leading to a kind of informal withdrawal from active circulation. This behavior highlights an interesting aspect of currency psychology, how people perceive value, and decide whether a coin is worth using or saving. Even though the coin remains legal tender, its role in daily life can vary depending on individual habits and economic conditions. The coin also serves as a useful reference point for comparing inflation over time. By examining what 5 cents could buy in earlier decades versus 2014, one can gain insight into changes in the cost of living and the value of money. This makes the coin not just a piece of currency, but also a small indicator of economic history. For students and researchers, such comparisons can provide a tangible way to understand abstract economic concepts. From a design appreciation standpoint, the enduring presence of Echidna on the reverse demonstrates the strength of symbolic imagery in national coinage. The animal's distinctive form, with its rounded body and sharp spines, translates well into coin design, creating a visually balanced and recognizable image even on a small surface. Over time, this design has become iconic, representing not only the denomination, but also a broader sense of Australian identity. The fact that it has remained unchanged for decades speaks to its success and public acceptance. The obverse portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the 2014 coin also carries historical weight, as it represents one of the final decades of her reign. Coins bearing her image will likely become increasingly significant in the future, as they document different stages of her life and leadership. The Rank Broadly portrait, used on the 2014 issue, is particularly important because it emphasizes realism and maturity, capturing a specific moment in the monarch's long history. For collectors, this adds an additional layer of meaning beyond the coin's basic function. Furthermore, the 2014 5-cent coin can be considered within the context of global shifts in currency usage. As more countries explore cashless systems and digital payments, physical coins are gradually becoming less central to everyday transactions. However, this transition also increases the cultural and collectible value of coins, as they become symbols of a fading era of tangible money. The 2014 coin, therefore, stands at the intersection of traditional and modern financial systems, representing a time when both forms of currency coexisted. In the realm of collecting, the 2014 issue may not currently be rare, but its value could evolve over time as fewer high-quality examples remain available. Coins that are heavily circulated often lose their finer details, making well-preserved specimens more desirable in the future. Collectors who set aside uncirculated coins from this year may find that their pieces gain interest as par-complete sets or historical collections. This potential for future appreciation adds another dimension to the coin's significance. Ultimately, the Elizabeth II Australia 2014 5-cent coin is more than just a small denomination. It is a reflection of continuity, change, and identity. It connects decades of consistent design with a rapidly evolving economic environment, bridging the gap between past traditions and future developments. Whether viewed as a simple everyday object or as a collectible artifact, the coin holds a lasting place in Australia's monetary and cultural history, reminding us that even the smallest pieces of currency can carry meaningful stories over time.